the rivalry that they've had when they were saying that Haas has been the ultimate in copycats over the years, and he says, look, I mean, our aero department's bigger than their team itself. We're still constructors, we're still independent. However, I mean, if you were them and you were in Andy Green's position, why wouldn't you copy that? The pickup points on the gearbox for the rear suspension, for example, point towards doing it the Mercedes way, and yet they've been trying to do it the Red Bull way with a higher rate for years, and they've taken that as far as they can. And as I said to Will, it is just a free shot, isn't it, this year?
It is before the massive regulation change in 2021. Another glorious day around this 4.6 kilometre circuit, the Circuit of Barcelona Catalunya. And right now, only Robert Kubica, not racing this year, the reserve and test driver for Alfa Romeo, is the only driver out on the track, and not going, as you can hear on board, particularly quickly right now as they log laps towards the end of this 4-hour session that's got us up and running on the first day of the second test. Simon, you've not been here so far this week. What's caught your eye watching from afar and now being on site here in the complex?
Apart from the pace of the Mercedes, I think having read quite a bit about it and listened to you from back at home, it was half term. It was a very quiet half term. I just locked myself away from the kids and watched you for 9 hours a day, which says something about my life.
I'm not sure that was the sensible approach, to be honest.
In between that and soft play, what I would say is that I like Red Bull's chances more than Ferrari's right now. I just think that I just feel constantly let down by Ferrari over the past decade, in that they always seem to, well, whether it's things working against them or them working against themselves, I think that Red Bull are going to come, if they come out of the blocks quickly, which has been their problem for the last couple of years, and everything that we're to believe from Milton Keynes, this is the best feeling they've had coming into testing. So there's a couple of teams saying that. I think McLaren are saying the same thing, but I think Red Bull, if they've got a car that can fight from Australia onwards, as a race team, I think they operate better than Ferrari, and I think are best or more predisposed to be able to take the fight to Mercedes.
Yeah, before I came up, I saw Jos Verstappen there, and I said, she looks as if, like Simon's saying, come out of the blocks pretty good. He said, yeah, that's what we were pushing for most, is to get ourselves in a position when we actually get to that first race. And so far, it looks as if they've done that. Ferrari looked disappointing. I'm not sure that will be the case when it comes down to it. I think
so you're buying into the downplaying theory.
Yeah, well, you remember last year?
We will remember last year. I just want to point out, because I think we're on course for the fastest lap of the day, and we've been able to enjoy it on board all the way around. Robert Kubica over the line. Don't let me down, Robert. He hasn't, 1:16.9, and the Alfa Romeo is fastest.
See, it was almost as if you had a timing screen there. You knew what was coming. Just carrying on that, I mean, I think we're probably going to see, what's the lap record here, 1:15.4?
Yes.
Something like that. So we're going to see that beat today, do we think?
I think we'll see it beaten by the end of, I think expectations are that the cars will be, well, the cars in the front will be into the 1:14s by the end of these 3 days. If you look at the conditions of which Valtteri Bottas set that time and the tyre of which he did, it'd be interesting to see if they go for a super low fuel run, which I dare speculate that was for Robert Kubica, getting his track time. And you can see there on the C5, the softest compound tyre.
Which we don't see so often. No. Thrown out there with the big boys.
And we heard from Lando Norris, maybe not the best idea to run that, because that can hide deficiencies in your car. So that is just a pure qualifying simulation. And we had Lando up in the box earlier on. So Ferrari, Johnny, you're thinking that they're downplaying enormously after last year.
Let's go back to last year.
Yes.
That 6/10 that everybody was talking about, the advantage that they had. I'm not sure they sort of believed it themselves. It seemed as if they did, and then it turned out not really being the case. I think they've sort of been a little bit more smarter and not showing exactly what